Hi everybody, Colter Brown here from the Northern Ag Network. We're coming to you from Billings at the U.S. Cattlemen's Association and Montana Stock Growers Cattle Producers Forum. We've got industry groups gathering together to focus on some issues that hopefully we can move the needle on. Joining me here is Whitney Klasna from Lambert, who's the Vice President of the U.S. Cattlemen's. And Whitney, to start off, I'd ask you, why is it important to hold this meeting for cattle producers?
Well, one thing that's important of this meeting is that we're coming together as two different organizations, but we're meeting on our common goals going forward that affect our producers' bottom line.
And that's one of the things in the cattle business. We can find a lot to disagree on. We all have our own ideas, but it's important now to find things we can agree on. Maybe we can get some change to happen in D.C.
That's definitely what we've found. And, we do agree on probably 99% of the issues. And those issues are like the tax climate and how we're passing down our operations to the next generation, as well as finding people to help us on our operations, whether it's finding immigrant H-2A labor or just finding labor workforce in our areas and giving opportunities to our young producers so that they have the opportunities that our people before us have had as well.
And another important thing being discussed today is risk management, having those tools to weather the storms, whether it be the weather or the markets.
That's right. LRP program has been a huge thing that has been given to U.S. cattle producers. We've had a safety net for our crops, and now we need a safety net for our livestock producers.
Well, it's great to see producers come together here. A lot of important issues. Whitney, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Stay with us. We'll be back with more and the markets.
I wanted to put up a fence to protect my tomato plants. So I grabbed this, and then I did this. But instead of yielding a big crop, I hit a utility line and had to pay $1,200 in repairs. I didn't just lose my pride and joy. I could no longer afford the new stovetop I'd been saving up for. Next time, I'm going to make my free call to 811 before I dig.
Learn from Curry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Hi everybody, Colter Brown here, coming to you from Billings at the Cattle Producers Forum, where ranchers are discussing industry issues like taxes, labor, improving risk management programs, and helping young producers. Across town, Northern Livestock Video will sell 190,000 head of cattle this week. Auctioneer Ty Thompson told me that he doesn't yet see signs of heifer retention, and going forward he thinks that tight or negative margins further up the supply chain could put a limit on how high calf prices go.
The bottom end of the supply chain is getting a lot of the profit, which is great. It's been needed there. But I think that's going to put a cap on how high we go. But I think our short supplies, our good demand, we'll see it stay pretty steady unless we have an economic event.
Well, on the cattle futures board yesterday, we saw feeders under steep pressure while live cattle had a mixed finish. Cash-fed cattle trades slowly starting to come in, steady so far with last week with Southern live deals 187 to 188. The Northern Livestock Video sale does continue today. Really strong demand on the calves, and yearlings were steady to 5 higher from last year. 8-weight steers coming in 260 to 276, 9 to 9.5 weights 250 to 260, the 9-weight heifers 232 to 246. Lambs sold on the video for September and October delivery, 75 to 85 pound lambs 209 to 221, 90 to 115 pounders 208 to 217. And mixed trade in a fairly narrow range in the wheat market. The spring wheat tour in North Dakota reflected yields up 10 bushels from the 5-year average, although there were some fungal diseases found. The heat is putting a lot of stress on crops, but the market isn't offering much of a reaction. Well, that's going to do it for today's report. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy your Thursday.